Parenting is hard. It is a hard thing to do, to let your kids be. In this era of helicopter parenting, where I think parents are very, maybe overly involved in their kids' lives. I was raised to be handed my competence early. My mother raised her, as I write in the book, she says her job is to put herself out of a job early. So she started at a very early age, requiring us to be independent. As early as kindergarten, she gave us alarm clocks because she knew that we were capable of getting ourselves up. She wanted us to feel the power of our competence. So from 5 years old, I was setting an alarm. Soon thereafter, I was walking to school by myself. And what that does for a kid when your parent trusts you, it encourages you. It tells you that if my mom thinks I can do this, then I must be capable. And I've tried to instill that same kind of stand by the gate and watch your kids fly. Be there for them when they come back. Let them know that you will be their advocate, but don't step in and try to live their lives for them. And so when I see my kids flourishing in that way, when I see them owning all their choices and succeeding and failing on their own terms and growing from that process, it is one of the most satisfying experiences. It is frightening. It is frightening to watch your children walk into a brick wall, but that's what growth is. And too many parents try to stop that process. But that's the quickest way for them to learn from owning their mistakes and owning their victories at the same time. But you got to get adjusted. I talk about how, when you're letting your kids go, you're letting your heart out there in the world. That Barack and I kind of do this kind of crazy parent text check-in, like writing things that are keeping us up at night. Barack one day sent them a text on earthquake preparedness because they now live in LA. And that's the kind of thing you do as a parent. You think, there are earthquakes. Have I warned them? Are they prepared? So in the middle of the night, he's sending some article on a 10-step plan that includes, getting earthquake training and stocking up on water. And the response from one of my daughters was, okay, which of these things do you think we should do? Because it's a lot, right? But that's our own anxiety playing itself out. What did I miss? What more can I feed into you to make sure that you're safe and sound and secure? But the truth of the matter is that we don't control that. And as a parent, that's a hard thing to come to grips with as your child grows up and is out there in that big bad world, is that you can prepare and love them all that you can, and you still don't have control. There are no guarantees that their life is going to work out and something bad may happen. That is the hardest thing about parenting, is living with that truth. But the alternative is to stop them from growing. And that, in my view, would be the sad outcome. If my kids were sitting safe in my basement or in their rooms at home, with me feeling comforted in the fact that I knew what they were doing and where they were, but not owning their own lives, I think that would be the sadder outcome. So I have to remind myself of that, when I get the urge to step in. And that's why I tell people, parenting is hard. It isn't just hard because it's hard because it's emotionally, you are in your most vulnerable space.